Hi guys and welcome. This is Rihanna with Handmade by Rihanna. This is video 2 in a series of videos to teach the very beginner how to crochet. The first video covered how to do a slip knot in a chain, so if you have not learned how to do that one, you may want to pop back and watch that one first. In today's video, we will be covering how to do a single crochet and how to do a turning row so that you can make multiple rows of single crochets. For today's video, I'm using a mercurized cotton just because it's easier to see the stitches better. It's a little bit stronger and it doesn't fray as much when you're doing stitches in it and taking it out for the purposes of a tutorial. So what we're starting off with today is my crochet hook. I am using, let's see if we can get that to focus, a 5mm. I've got 2 stitch markers and a pair of scissors. So what we'll do today is make a swatch of 10 single crochets. So what we'll want to start with is a chain of 10 chains. So we'll go ahead and start with a chain of 10. Loosen that a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So each one of your single crochets will be going into these chains. And then we'll go ahead and look at the structure of this chain at the end, where your hook is coming out of. Now a lot of, actually, we'll just say this. When you're going to go back and put the single crochets in, you obviously cannot go back into here because this is where your string is coming out of. So what you'll need to do is make a turning chain. This chain does not count as one of your stitches in the row unless a pattern states that it does. In general, it does not. So you'll want to do 1 extra chain. So now we've got a total of 11. 10 chains plus your turning chain. Now when you're looking back to count these, a lot of patterns will say start in your 2nd chain from your hook. That includes your turning chain. So you're skipping your turning chain is basically what it's saying. So this first stitch here that we just did, that's your turning chain. So we don't want to go into that. We'll go into the next one here. And that'll be your first stitch. So we'll go ahead and go into the top of that chain there. Give you a little better look there. We're going into the top of this chain. Then we'll yarn over and pull that through. Now you've got 2 loops. Yarn over and pull through both of those loops. And that's your first single crochet of the row. You can see the V there is the top of your single crochet. And then in between these is the side view of your single crochet. So what we'll actually do is stop here and put a stitch marker in right through the top there, right through the V. And then we'll go ahead and put our hook back on. Now you can see this hole is where the one where you just did your single crochet out of. We'll go into the next stitch here and go into the top. Yarn over and pull through 2 loops. Yarn over and pull through again. Now you can see you've got 2 single crochets here, 2 V's here and here. You do not count this. This is what your hook was in. So you'll count going back, stitch 1, stitch 2. So you've got 2 single crochets. This is what it looks like from the side. This was your first one. This is your second one. So we've got 2 so far. Go ahead and put your hook back on. We'll go into the next stitch here. Go right into the top there. Yarn over and pull through. Yarn over and pull through both loops. Then again in the next. Go into the top. I'll show you the bottom. Yarn over. And then yarn over and pull through both loops. We'll go into the next. Yarn over and pull through both loops. So we'll go ahead and look again. You can see we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stitches. And then you can look on this side and see that we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 left. So if you need to pull this out, you can just pull this right out. That's 1 stitch, 2 stitches, and then we'll put it right back on. And then we'll go back into those stitches that we just undid and put them back in. So go into the loop, yarn over and pull through, yarn over and pull through both loops. So we'll go ahead and do the last few. Yarn over and pull through, yarn over and pull through both loops. You can see we've got 2 left here. Yarn over, pull through, yarn over and pull through both. Now we're at the end of our row. And see we've got 10 single crochets on a chain. Now again, just like the first row, we'll make a turning chain. So we'll go ahead and chain 1 at the end and then flip your work. Again, this is the direction we were going. We did chain 1 here and then just flip your work right over. You can see the chain 1 still up here, and then this will be your first stitch here. You can still flip it up and see the V's. Don't count this one that's on that your hook is on. This is your turning chain, and then this will be your first stitch. So when a pattern says start in your second stitch from your hook, skip this stitch, start there. So it's basically telling you to skip over your turning chain. Again, this doesn't count as a stitch unless the pattern says so. So now that we're going into a single crochet rather than a chain, what we'll do is we'll look at these V's and look at the back, and we'll go right underneath both parts of the V. So we've got both on the hook. And then you'll yarn over and pull that through. And you've got your 2 loops again. Yarn over and pull through both of those loops. And that's the first single crochet of this next row. So we'll stop there. Go ahead and put a stitch marker on. And then put your hook right back in. Now you can see this is the stitch we just came out of. So we'll be going into this one next. Now I do want to show you. So you see the V on top? See this little horizontal bar that's in the center? You want to go above that. So go into this little hole that's under the V, but on top of the horizontal bar. So I'll show you this up close. So we'll go right into here. You can see I've got the V, and I'm above that horizontal bar. So we'll yarn over and pull through, and then yarn over and pull through both of those. We'll go into this next stitch above the horizontal bar and under the V. Yarn over and pull through, and then yarn over and pull through both. Next. So we'll go ahead and slowly crochet all the way to the end. Yarn over and pull through. Yarn over and pull through both. You can see we're starting to get a row here of single crochets. And the next. Yarn over and pull through. Yarn over and pull through both. And the more you practice, the faster you'll get with this. It'll also end up more even. When you first start, it's going to be a little loopy. But with practice, it will become more even. So here we go. And now we're on our last stitch here. You can see our stitch markers here. So we'll go ahead and take that out. And then go right into that last stitch, just like we did all the others. And then we'll yarn over and pull through. Yarn over and pull through both. And that's the end of that row. So we'll go ahead and do one more turn. So we'll do our turning chain, turn our work. And we skip the turning chain, which is the one here that you can see. And we'll go into this first stitch here. Again, above the horizontal bar, but below the V. And we'll go ahead and start our next single crochets right down this row. So again, if you look from the top, each V is a stitch. And when you're looking from the side, you can see in between each one of these is where your stitch is. So go ahead and the next one. Next. Yarn over and pull it through, then pull through two. Yarn over and pull through, then pull through two. Yarn over and pull through, and pull through two. Yarn over and pull through, then pull through two. And then this is our last stitch of this round, of this row. You can see the last stitch there is the last V. Pull through and pull through two. And that's how you create multiple rows of single crochets. You can see we've got our little swatch here now. You can look at the top and see we've got 10 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then that's the end. So if you need to rewind and replay parts of these videos, this does take some practice in order to be able to get it nice and even. Counting the stitches takes practice, and you can see the different rows here. This is our beginning chain. And that's it, you guys. That's how you do a single crochet. That's how you do multiple rows of a single crochet. With the turning chain, I do want to mention that when you're doing bigger stitches, such as a half double crochet or a double crochet you will need to do 2 chains because the stitch is taller than a single crochet. So it'll take 2 chains to get it up to the next row where it needs to be. That will be in another video. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, go ahead and hit like and subscribe. That would help me out. Plus, it would let you know when I've got new videos coming out. I do plan on having next, we'll have a half double crochet, a double crochet, how to do an increase and a decrease, which means adding stitches to make your work bigger and subtracting stitches to make your work smaller. And these will be all the stitches that you need in order to make a stuffed animal or an amigurumi crochet project. If you have any questions, please leave a comment or reach me at www.handmadebyrianna@hotmail.com or on Facebook and on Instagram. And I'll go ahead and put the links for those down in the description box. Thank you for watching.